Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. Hey, Dave.
Well, Joel Embiid and the Sixers have been through a lot in the last 5 years. At the beginning, there were so many losses on and off the court. But trust the process became a mantra, one that Embiid embraced. He said, I think a lot about what I went through, how it prepared me to be a better man. I really feel like I'm the process, and the process is about me. Kevin, the process has turned out quite well.
Thank you, David. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Take a look at the Hawks. They're moving on up, 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And seeing where the 76ers are, give them credit. They've stuck to their plan here early on, playing their brand of basketball. They're showing everyone they have the potential to be even better.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Wiggins and Covington are the forward pair. The tandem at the 1 and the 2, Teague and Culver. And it's Towns in at the 5, down low. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
And with Embiid and Ben Simmons both at their best in the paint, maybe not the ideal fit if you're the Sixers and you had to trade one of them. Which is it?
Oh, man, that's so tough. They're both great players, GA, but Embiid, his health remains a question mark. And Simmons, you know, imagine if you have a team of shooters built around him like Giannis in Milwaukee. That's a tough question.
Horford, no luck. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
Simmons against Teague, and stolen by Richardson. Here's Simmons. And Culver pulls it down. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Heat. Wiggins outside. Outside, Covington. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Culver. A three-pointer, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Horford. Back to Simmons. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Pass to Towns. Kicks it to Culver. Pass to Teague. Outside, Towns. 5 on the clock. Culver in the corner. Over Richardson. Culver's shot is off. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Simmons dishes to Richardson. Harris passes to Richardson. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jarrett Culver. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. There's a lot of expectations, high expectations when you're the #1 overall pick in the draft. You know it well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's something that I wanted. You know, Derek Coleman was from Detroit, and 2 years earlier, he was the #1 pick, and I'd always been a fan of his, so I felt like he was passing the baton, and I had to kind of do what he did. And then Shaquille O'Neal was Rookie of the Year before myself and the #1 pick. And so for me, I looked at it as, yeah, a pretty big weight, but the honor was more than the weight, and I was honored to be picked #1, and I relished in that, and I had great teammates that allowed me to flourish in that role.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's just the big boy muscle of Harris, a real energizer who just fights through contact on his shots.
Here's one of the most versatile scorers in the game, Tobias Harris. He had some great teachers, too, including Hall of Famer George the Iceman Gervin.
Yeah, well, check this out, Kevin. His father was Gervin's agent late in his career. I mean, from age 10, Tobias got to train at Gervin's facility every summer. And they still work out to this day. That's a real one. Harris learned it from a great how to get buckets.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and, boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
The 76ers leading by 5. Now the pass to Horford. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Towns. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Timberwolves. Searching for their first points of the game. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
Simmons. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. The 76ers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And Simmons kicks to Horford. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Teague can't hit. The 76ers leading by 3. Here's Richardson. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta. Horford the pass to Harris. 6 to shoot. Pass to Embiid. Shoots over Towns. Offensive rebound. And staying with the play, Harris.
This kind of hustle is why his teammates love him. Harris, nice work in getting after it on the glass.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Napier with it. Out guarded by Simmons. And it's Napier missing. 76ers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far. Just 25%. Harris kicks to Richardson. Dishes it to Embiid. Shoots over Towns. Embiid, no good.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Uncovered. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. Here's Richardson. Poked loose. Covington with the steal. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, I love how Teague was able to shield off the defender and still go up and finish for a chance at the three-point play.
And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And as you would expect from the way he plays, Teague is a terrific free throw shooter.
Now here's Burke. And stolen by Napier. They push it up 4 on 3. He dishes it to Covington. Towns the pass to Teague. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Burke looking over the floor. Pass to Richardson. And the rejection by Towns. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Napier. Yep, it counts. Napier's got his second basket of the night.
I mean, he's finding some good shots early on. And what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Now Burke. Richardson outside. 5 to shoot. Can they get it? Horford the pass to Embiid. Rebound Minnesota. Wiggins from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Wiggins has got 5 points so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Not like the Clippers of a year ago. They look like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Barmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Jake Layman's checked in for Minnesota. Burke hits them both. Timberwolves on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Napier kicks to Layman. From the baseline. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And he makes good on the layup.
Can't let Embiid get comfortable inside. When he's this close, he's adept at burning the defense.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Good, nice play there from Napier. The 76ers trail by 3. And here is Burke. To the inside. Here's Harris. And Layman pulls it down.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, no secret that many Minnesota fans are questioning the contract they gave to Andrew Wiggins as his development has seemed to plateau.
And with all due respect to Wiggins, it would be worth worrying about if you're a Timberwolves fan. Wiggins has taken a step backwards, I feel, the last few years in his scoring and seemingly has lost the edge to his game that made him such a promising young star.
Free throw good. Wiggins. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Towns. And both free throws good for Wiggins. And so here is Philadelphia, trailing by 5. Now here's Burke. Napier covering. Passes it to Harris. He kicks to Embiid. That three off the mark.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And it's Wiggins missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And he banks in the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Napier. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Embiid, the pass to Horford. Back to Embiid, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. Great showing for him last season. He put up about 27 points per game last season, 13 rebounds and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Good, nice play there from Napier.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Burke. Bobbed up there for Embiid. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
The reach of Embiid, just fantastic. Just throw it up there. I mean, he's committed to finishing the alley-oop.
Minnesota leading by 5. Napier feeling it out a bit. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Embiid. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
And it's Napier missing. Philadelphia has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Burke with it. He has 5. The pass to Harris. Shot clock at 6. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul. Some changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. Mike Scott comes in for Al Horford. And it's Ennis in for Tobias Harris. Now here's Napier. D right on him. Pass to Wiggins. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. And that's now 9 points for Andrew Wiggins. The 76ers trail by 4. Here's Thibault. And the rejection by Jang. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Scott. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so here is Philadelphia after the basket by Minnesota. Burke, the pass to Ennis. O'Quinn with it. He's against Jang. O'Quinn can't hit.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Minnesota making a switch here. Bell's checked in and stolen by Napier. Pass to Layman. Passes to Wiggins. Shoots over Burke. Misses off the right eye. The 76ers trail by 7. To the middle. Here's Scott. Rebound by Napier. Minnesota's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. A three-pointer, Wiggins. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's O'Quinn. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Philadelphia, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Shoot 2.
That free throw missing. No good on the second free throw. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Ennis. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone on the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Layman is out there with Bell. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Culver in at the 2-guard. Here's Thibault. Outside, Scott. There's the pass to Thibault. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Yes, when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names, Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the board.
And he knocks down the first one. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Timberwolves leading by 5. Now, here's Napier. 11 points for him in that last game against Miami. Now Ennis. And Ennis slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Here's Napier after the Sixers pick up 2. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That's his first foul. Josh Richardson's checked in for the 76ers. Minnesota also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Layman. And it's Teague in for Napier. And here's Richardson. Outside, Simmons. Pass to O'Quinn. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Look, I love how Simmons makes his teammates better. He's consistent and looking to get them going.
They double him with Simmons, and it's blocked by Simmons. Puts it up from 12. Again, Philadelphia.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. At the top of the key, Chang. No one near him. It's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. Down low, O'Quinn. Rebounded by Bell.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. A nice shot by Culver. Culver's got his first points in this one.
Continuing to tighten the handle, something Culver knows can take his offense to the next level.
Back to Simmons. Here's Scott. He gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Teague, the pass to Towns. Kicks it to Culver. It's Covington on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Towns. And the shot is good.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Here's Ennis after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Outside Teague. Covington wide open. He fires. That's good. And so Teague with the assists. Teague's got 3 assists in the game. Simmons with it. He had 22 points in the win against Atlanta.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Pushing it up. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second. Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Now, here's Scott. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Take a quick look now at some stats here for Covington. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 13 points per, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Towns dishes to Teague. He kicks it to Culver. Outside Covington. The tray. That shot misses. Now the 76ers take it the other way. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Scott, and Harris subbed in for James Ennis. Now here's Teague. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And Bell kicks to Culver. Outside Teague. Lets it go from deep. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Richardson finds Simmons. Horford in the post, defended by Bell.
Oh, look at the big fella Al get up. Given his size, dunking is basically second nature.
Here's Culver. Last game he had 12. Outside, Towns. Passes it to Bell. The dish now to T. Over Horford. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Simmons passes to Harris. And that one hits back iron.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, that's how you play it. He does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
And Teague, here we go. Can't hit from in close. The 76ers trail by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Richardson outside. Inside, Embiid dishes to Horford. Sinks the 15-footer. Horford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Over to the left wing. Towns kicks to Culver. For the 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
Well, if you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time down.
Simmons finds Embiid. Richardson outside. And Jarrett Culver gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
Burke, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And then for Minnesota, Vonleh comes in for Bell. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Robert Covington. It's stolen by Teague. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Wiggins, plenty of space. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 4 assists now tonight. Simmons looking it over. Down low. Here's Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 6-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be the 2nd of this 2-game road trip.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And G.A.
That effort.
Yeah.
Wow. Choked out of the gym. How can you not love Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Find the lane. One shot.
That's good from Simmons. The NBA fans sometimes called the 6th man. Chris, talk about what a difference a raucous crowd, a home crowd, can make for a team and a player.
Well, I could talk about that from my experience, but let's talk about from my experience first. Sacramento, we had a lady called Sign Lady. Now, of course, she had a real name, but she says, just call me Sign Lady. She would make the most beautiful signs. Vlade, we believe in you. Peja, every shot is good. She make them creatively. They be bright, they be big, and we looked for her for encouragement. The cowbells, how loud everyone there was. Some first-time gamers saying, this is my first game coming to watch. Go win, Chris, or people that's been like, I've never missed a game. You want to do it it for the fans, how loud they are, how they get on the teams, how they get on the refs. You got to love it. And then for the rest of the league, oh, my God. Last year in the playoffs, going to the Milwaukee Bucks, their home arena, that new arena they have there, oh, crazy. You want to talk about crazy fans? Go out to Toronto and hang outside with 10,000 crazy fans in the rain while they're singing and shouting and having fun over there in Jurassic Park. And we all know about the great fans that Golden State had all their years in Oracle, some of the most loyal fans ever. The six man, the fans being the six man, that is not a cliche, that is not made up for PR purposes. That's true and real, and some of the best players will tell you how those fans have taken them over the top, giving them energy to win some games.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yes.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin, J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And Simmons drops them both.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
Thibault, the pass to Simmons. Here's Thibault. Outside, Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. And then Simmons slams it in.
This is why you must get Simmons out the paint, because he's fantastic when it comes to dunking.
Minnesota leading by 3. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Now the pass to Harris.
I mean, look, every year Harris looks more confident. He goes through stretches where he can dominate.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. And he's good on the second. 1:24 left now here in the second. Pass to Layman. That's tipped. Napier kicks to Layman. Here's Jang. Here's Vonleh. And the rejection by Embiid.
Awesome timing on the rejection. Embiid, the big fella. You don't want to bring it in around this guy.
Outside, Simmons. Trying his luck from deep. But they'll get another chance. Embiid dishes to Horford and finished off by Horford.
Look at the unselfishness of Embiid, Kevin. I mean, he's solid at realizing when one of his guys is uncovered.
Pass to Layman. 13 feet away. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 13 with that last one. And slam dunk by Harris.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, GA, and sometimes you have games like that, but you just got to shrug it off and move on to the next one.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And now the 76ers on the break. The feed to Embiid and stolen by Jang. 1 second left. The shot, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. 76ers lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, they made a run there at the end. How did that happen?
We didn't do a good job of closing the half. We got to contain them from not making shots. We just got to do a better job.
We'll see if you can do that. Thanks, Carl. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
It was a rough ride in the first quarter for Philadelphia. Abysmal shooting from the field, miss after miss, and unable to get into any kind of rhythm. They simply could not put together an efficient offensive run. They got on a more positive track in the second quarter, coming together offensively and getting enough stops to come from behind and grab a 2-point lead at the half. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Big forward pair. Harris the 3 and Horford the 4. Then it's Simmons. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Thibault in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And stolen by Simmons.
Playing a little cornerback there. Anticipates the pass and jumps the route.
Horford finds Embiid. Back to Horford. To the paint. Pass to Harris. Over Wiggins. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, such an efficient score. You know, if you give Harris these opportunities, he'll punish you from there.
Outside, Towns. Wiggins outside. Sinks the triple. Wiggins has got 16.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Simmons, the bounce pass. To the middle. Here's Harris over Wiggins. Another shot. Here's Embiid. Towns with the defensive effort.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Here's Simmons, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Towns.
Awesome at cutting inside. The quick feet of Simmons are hard to keep up with on the drive.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
That free throw, no good.
Well, it's clear Simmons is a unique player. I mean, 6'10", a guard, can pass the ball, move the ball, great vision. It's a no-brainer that he's been compared to Magic Johnson and LeBron.
Josh Richardson's checked in for the 76ers. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Last season, it seemed like Towns recommitted himself on the defensive end after facing some pretty significant criticism in that department.
You know, he looked like he was playing with a chip on his shoulder defensively. Towns has always had the capability to be a fantastic defender, and I'm really glad that he's focusing on that part of his game as an area to improve.
Teague against Simmons. Outside Teague, and it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, he's a solid shot blocker now. It's thanks to his timing and great anticipation skill. It's not easy scoring on Horford.
Simmons passes to Richardson. To the inside, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. Second, Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And the pass to Towns. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Covington kicks to Culver. 6 on the shot clock. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his third foul of the game. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Towns.
And the length of Embiid really bothers shooters. I love how he uses it on the defensive end.
Horford the pass to Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Now it's a 5-point 76ers lead for Minnesota. They've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. To the paint. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. It's Richardson on the wing, defended by Towns. Harris. No good that time. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. A shot by Culver, nobody around. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Philadelphia leading by 5 to the middle. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
And the 76ers with some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. James Ennis comes in for Tobias Harris. And Trey Burke subbed in for Simmons. Bell is checked in for Minnesota. Pass to Towns. Wiggins outside. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Philadelphia with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Ennis taking his time here. Horford kicks to Ennis. Just 5 on the clock. Towns with the defensive effort. And there's the call on James Ennis. That is his first foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Right side Towns. Looking to get back on track here. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
He hits both from the stripe.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Richardson outside. Bell against Horford. And there it is for him. Horford's got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now here's Teague. Burke covering. Floats one up. And the layup good by Teague. Teague's got 5 now.
And when Teague is hitting with his floater, he is so dangerous once he gets into the teeth of the defense.
Pass to Ennis. Feeds it to Horford. Over Bell. Horford no luck. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Culver. That one a little long.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And that one falls for Burke. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Napier's checked in. Burke hits them both. Now here's Napier. 12 points for him. Towns at the elbow. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now Burke. He has 7. Richardson outside. Now here's O'Quinn, defended by Towns. Richardson for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Culver with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. Here's Napier. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Out to the right wing. Horford dishes to Burke. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
That one is off. And Philadelphia making a change here. Scott's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Noah Vonleh comes in for Bell. And Lehman subbed in for Culver. And the second free throw, good. And here's Napier. 12 points for him. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Trey Burke. Now here's Napier. Defense right on him. It's good. Napier's got 14 points for the game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Passes it to Simmons. Back to Richardson. And stolen by Wiggins. A finish. And Wiggins throws it down.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Simmons passes to Ennis. Outside, Scott. Clock at 4. Back to Ennis. The three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ennis has got his second basket of the night.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Napier with it. Out guarded by Simmons. And there's the pass to Jang. Wiggins surveying the floor. Here's the three. Scott pulls it in.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
And stolen by Jang. And they're on the break. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
BA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. That's good from Richardson. And he makes both free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Napier. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. 4-on-3 break. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Saturday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trailblazers. And then on Monday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Phoenix to take on the Suns. Napier with it. Simmons is there. Pass to Jang, and it's Layman in the corner. Back to Jang. Wiggins up top. Richardson covering. And that one is good. And that's now 20 points for Andrew Wiggins.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Here's Simmons, and then Simmons slams it in.
And when you foul Simmons, you really got to foul him. You don't want to just mess around. He powers through.
And it'll be his fourth time going to the free throw line in the game. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. That's good from Simmons. Timberwolves trail by 10. Pass to Jang. Wiggins up top. Takes the 13-footer. Rebound by the 76ers. Scott's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And Simmons kicks to O'Quinn. Offensive rebound. Scott, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Scott's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. Now here's Napier. Guarded by Simmons. Wiggins left side. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Embiid. And it's Wiggins missing. Here's Philadelphia. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Outside, Simmons. Passes it to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Over Napier. No good from Simmons. Deflects the pass. Embiid with the steal.
It's easy to admire Embiid. I mean, the game seems to come so easy to the big fella, especially when it comes to dunking.
Timberwolves trail by 14. The pass to Layman. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Wiggins passes to Napier. 6 to shoot. Floats it up for Wiggins. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Simmons on the wing. Over Napier. No good from Simmons.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
The lead now in single digits. 25 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
There's the feed to Embiid. And the shot goes in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 17 rebounds. Here's Layman. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Philadelphia. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We come back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The 76ers leading by 11. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Vonleh's out there with Jang. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Teague in at the 1 spot. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 5th assist in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Napier. He's guarded closely, and it goes down 2 points.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Simmons the bounce pass. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Thibault, the pass to Scott. Outside, Simmons. Here's Embiid. And the rejection by Jang. Covington in the corner. Off target with his three. The 76ers leading by 11. Pass to Scott. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Harris outside. They get it back. Tries again. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Outside, Covington. Dishes it to T. Now, here's Napier. Guarded by Simmons. And it's blocked by Simmons.
But the reach of Simmons, I mean, coming into play on these blocks, you got to be careful shooting around this guy.
The 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Scott dishes to Simmons. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the 76ers lead by 13. And Teague's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the 76ers making a change here. Horford's checked in. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Culver comes in for Napier. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Teague against Simmons. And it's sent back by Horford.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Wow. He's an elite scorer with impressive repertoire. Embiid is outstanding at knowing when to exert his will on offense.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Minnesota calls timeout.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Philadelphia. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Ryan Saunders' huddle. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back." Guys.
2 points. That one goes. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Teague for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Teague's got 5 points now this quarter.
There you go. His first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down. Maybe even get him going a little bit.
And then Simmons slams it in.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a post.
Timberwolves trail by 12. Pass to Towns. Outside, Covington. Shot clock at 5. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. The 76ers leading by 12. Covington with the steal. Takes a three. Drains the three-pointer.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
76ers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Simmons passes to Richardson. Over Culver. No good off the back of the rim. Timberwolves trail by 9. Passes it to Teague. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And the dunk by Towns. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 14 rebounds.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Richardson attacking. And a wide open look for Simmons from outside off the mark. And the Timberwolves with possession. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And then Simmons slams it in.
Oh, the physicality of Simmons on display, showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Outside, Towns. He dishes it to Culver. Fires from 14, off the left rim and out.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Harris kicks to Horford. The pass to Richardson. Back to Horford. There's the three. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
I mean, he certainly has the touch. For Horford, it's about getting his feet set and shooting the 3 with confidence.
Pass to Jang. Now Culver. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. And Gorgie Jang is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Andrew Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. The 76ers leading by 12. Richardson outside. Simmons finds Richardson. Here's Harris. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to Wiggins. Here's Culver. Outside Teague. Wiggins from outside. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 6 assists now in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Harris inside the line. No good. Shot missing. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Teague against Simmons. Outside Covington. Now here's Culver. He's guarded closely, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. 76ers on defense. They lead by 11. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
The wheels have completely come off for him here in the 2nd half.
Simmons passes to Richardson. Yes, that goes in.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key.
Simmons against Teague. Outside, Towns. And a miss there on the triple. Richardson outside. Harris passes to Simmons. Back to Harris. It's stolen by Teague. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Wiggins has got 5 points now this quarter.
Just a great job there from Teague to locate where his teammate was and get the ball to him on time.
Harris outside. Back to Richardson. Simmons dishes to Embiid. Outside for Simmons. Just 4 to shoot. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Simmons. 16 points for Joel Embiid.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Wiggins up top, guarded by Horford. Teague against Simmons. Nifty move. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
But Teague is just so elusive
on the court that he'll catch you leaning and force you to pick up a foul.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Here's Culver, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And credit the aggressiveness there. I love it whenever Culver is looking to score. It focuses the defense on him and still able to get the job done.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
He's perfect from the line this time. Philadelphia leading by 11. Pass to Horford. Ball's knocked loose. Back to Richardson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Towns.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both. Timberwolves trail by 13. Outside Teague. And the pass to Towns. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Simmons. Down low. It's tipped. Towns with the steal. Teague feeling it out a bit. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Richardson. And here comes the break. And Simmons slams it in.
Give him another. But Simmons is terrific tonight. He's figuring out ways to light it up.
Kicks it out to Covington. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the 76ers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Joel Embiid.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. To the right side. Here's Horford. Off target from outside. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Simmons against T. Over Simmons. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
One shot.
Here's Neto. Pass to Bolden. It's Korkmaz in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a five-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.